Today we will be going over 5 ways introverts can be great leaders. Oftentimes we associate being a great leader with being an extroverted individual. This is because most extroverts are better at public speaking, connecting with anyone and everyone, can influence easily, and overall more bold. You could say that we actually live in a world where extroverted people are valued more than introverted. This is because extroverted people are often seen as friendly, approachable, and the kind of people who seem like they can go out and do anything they want without feeling anxious. However, there are plenty of great leaders all throughout time who were or still are introverted. People like Warren Buffett, Mark Zuckerberg, Marissa, and Elon Musk. Just to name a few. Being an introvert does not hinder leadership. In fact, you can actually use your introversion in a way that will make you an even more effective leader. Though, before we go on, I would like to clarify a common misconception. Being introverted does not actually mean you're the type of person who is timid or shy. Yes, there are plenty of introverts who do have problems with social interactions, but in psychological terms, it actually refers to how one draws energy. For example, extroverts gain most of their energy by being social with other people and are stimulated by the outer world. As introverted types of people get most of their energy by spending time alone, and connecting with themselves. So with that in mind, here are 5 ways introverts can dominate as leaders. Number 1. Connecting authentically with other people. Introverts are commonly thought of as loners, and while we definitely need our alone time, we still enjoy being social with others. Even if it gives us anxiety. The big difference between extroverts and introverts is the type of socializing they prefer. Extroverts are the type of people who do extremely well with larger groups of people, and feel at peace to share their thoughts and ideas with whoever they're with. Even if it's with someone they just met. Introverts like to connect with people in smaller groups or even just one-on-one. They usually are more interested in authentically connecting with people in deep conversations and prefer not to do the small talk thing. Small talk to them makes them feel awkward, and like they're having a fake conversation that doesn't need to be had. Introverted types can actually leverage this in order to make meaningful connections and strengthen your team. You are able to actually get to know the people around you on a deeper level, and understand their likes and dislikes. You can find out what motivates and drives them to do what they do. If you want to connect with your team or other people in the right way, it's important to be yourself. It can be tempting to put on a persona so that our friends or colleagues will view us in what we believe to be the best way. However, the only way to build true connections is to be true to yourself. Number 2. Take time to reflect. Introverts love having their alone time to process information, and think of new and improved ideas for the future. This is a true strength to have as a leader, because you're always thinking of new ways to improve yourself and the people around you, and coming up with great ideas for projects or innovation. The only 2 things the corporate world cares about is ideas and action. Before introverts decide on something, they like to take the time to think it through and reflect. This can result in much better decision making. So don't feel pressured to make decisions too fast. Of course, there will be times when you need to react much faster to a situation, but don't neglect your power to take the time to consider different possibilities and ideas before making a decision. Because most introverts spend a lot of alone time thinking, they're usually very introspective and self-aware. This is probably one of the best qualities for personal development. Number 3. Setting boundaries. It's very easy for introverts to get drained of all of their energy when they are around too many people too much of the time. The only way introverts are able to recharge their batteries is to spend time alone. This is why it is important to have healthy boundaries in order to be a better leader. It's hard to have your own time to yourself when you're a leader. Whether you're a leader at the workplace, in your family, or some other scenario in life. There's always something or someone that requires your time. Having to deal with all of these things all of the time can be really tough for an introverted leader. As an introvert, you need to be able to set your boundaries in your social life, as well as in the workplace. This can be saying no to going out with your friends sometimes just because you need that alone time. It could also mean setting your phone somewhere you aren't by it for some time so no one bothers you while you're working, or just taking some alone time. Number 4. Communicate and listen well. As we all know, introverts are the types of people who think before they speak. They're also careful about how and what things they communicate with others about. In general, introverts are typically not a dominant personality type, though they can be if they practiced. But the lack of assertiveness can actually be an advantage when it comes to building a team with high performance. You see, an introverted leader is more likely to work with their team other than having their team work for them. They actually listen to the input their team gives them, takes in their feedback, then can communicate their own point of view. This is a more measured approach when you compare it with the leadership of an extrovert who wants everyone to do exactly what they say, and is probably not open-minded about receiving others' points of view. Being capable of taking in feedback and ideas from the people around you is a great quality for any leader to have. Being receptive to what your team or the people around you say will make them feel more engaged with you. Extroverted people tend to be more forceful with their ideas with a my way or the highway approach. This can discourage people from ever coming to you with any great ideas that could make a big difference. Introverted people are natural at listening more than they talk, so leverage this by further improving your listening skills to better understand all the people around you in life, and in the workplace. Number 5. Empower other introverts. Because introverts are the more quiet, reflective type. Sometimes they tend to fade into the background as more vocal extroverted people articulate their ideas. This is why it's sometimes easier for extroverts to get ahead faster. Because they're the ones who speak up the most. Introverts like to have some time to process and think things through, which can sometimes be a bad thing because it can stop them from speaking up in time before the opportunity passes by. If you're an introverted leader, it will be easier to identify other introverted types of people around you or on your team. What other leaders may say is a lack of participation or not caring enough to share with the group. You might be able to see that it's just another introvert taking the time to think and process before speaking. If you want to be an effective introverted leader, make the effort to spot the other introverts around you on your team and help them figure out how to contribute in their own way. If they're uncomfortable with sharing ideas in front of everyone, make some time to meet with them one-on-one and talk with them about their ideas. Or you can allow them to email you their ideas, since they are usually way better at communicating their thoughts and ideas through text or email. There are plenty of introverted leaders in today's society, and there will be many more to come. That's all for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this video.